And now it's time for the reward. Joey received 5,212 experience points, 20 free points and 20 skill points. His level rise 3 times in a row, and Joey is now at level 13. The following rewards are equipments and items such as Forest Belt, Forest Ring, Wind Strawberries, and Minotaur King's Card. The Forest Belt requires level 10 and above for use, and it increases life point, stamina, and mana recovery, with an additional 10 in the Constitution and 7 in Strength. The Forest Ring also provides additional recovery to life point, stamina, and mana. It also requires level 10 and above and gives an extra 8 to agility and 10 to intelligence. Wind Strawberries are a mana recovery item, and ultimately the Minotaur King's Card. It is a gold raid item and an enchantment material that provides an additional 20 in strength. When Joey came out of the portal, he was met with shouts from the audience. Some cry out words of worship, expressing their love for him, while others praise him as a god, amazed at his achievements. Amid the screams, Joey was shocked, unable to understand the praises being poured out on him. The headmaster and the director of education approached him, and I could see the width of their smiles. At this time, Joey seems to have become an actor, due to the number of cameras and media taking pictures of him. The headmaster praises Joey for soloing the Nightmare difficulty in just 10 minutes, an unprecedented feat in Second Academy history. Based on years of experience, the headmaster predicts a bright future for Joey, suggesting his potential to take the top spot of Sukong District. The headmaster added that Joey's future was bright, where he became humble and thanked the headmaster. However, amid the excitement, a car suddenly arrived that surprised the students with its presence. They were amazed at its capabilities, which loved it like a magic item capable of flying. The prestigious S400, a symbol of prosperity worth a house within the capital. Education Director Joey is invited to the car, informing him that it will be good at least 3 days before the results are released, promising to notify him immediately. Grateful for the opportunity, Joey expressed his gratitude to Director Jean. The headmaster, full of happiness, advises Joey to rest and just wait for the good news to come. After this, the story moves inside the hospital where Joey can be seen visiting his sister. After their last conversation with Secretary Zhao Wenbing, he quickly fulfilled his promise. Jo Yun has been transferred to the hospital's deluxe suite with professional medical teams monitoring his condition 24 hours a day. Joey came here to see his sister. He entered the elevator where the nurse recognized him as Jo Yun's older brother and accepted him. They had a small talk about his sister's condition and her recent examination. The nurse congratulated Joey on his good performance because he heard the good news about it. As the elevator went up, the temperature gradually cooled. The nurse couldn't understand why it was so cold here. It occurred to her that the temperature of the air conditioner might have been lowered too much. Although our hero noticed something, because it was so cold, ice was forming around the elevator. And as soon as the elevator reached the 26th floor, Joey and the nurse were surprised to see the view from that floor. The nurse wondered what was going on here, because at this time the 26th floor was completely frozen. There was ice everywhere and the doctors there were also frozen. Seeing such a situation there, Joey became worried about his sister and started running inside. The nurse tried to stop Joey but ignored him because he was more worried about his sister. When the nurse slightly pulled her hand out of the elevator, it was also quickly covered with ice like other nurses and doctors who were there. Joey broke the freezing door with his axe and called his sister's name. But he was again surprised to see the view inside. Joey saw an ice dragon there. This ice dragon is in the form of a spirit that comes out of his sister's body. At this moment, the whole room was covered in ice and his sister was screaming in pain. A healer doctor nearby is trying to heal him. This ice dragon coming from her sister's body is disappearing, and this is the cause of freezing the entire 26 floors. Seeing that spiritual dragon, Joey could not control himself. Seeing his sister writhing in pain, he prepared to attack the dragon. He wrapped himself in a fiery aura to counter the very low temperature of the room. He was ready to attack with the burning light in his hands. However, before Joey could attack, a healer named Ching stopped him. Joey did the same, and closed his palm and lost the burning magic in his palm. Ching heals Joey's sister in this room, and she is still safe thanks to her healing power, but both her hands and feet are half frozen. Joey approached Chang and looked at her questioningly. He is asked about what is going on here, and why he stops him from attacking. Chang, still preoccupied with his healing, replied, "If they recklessly attacked, Zhou heart might break." Adding to Zhou questions, is why there is a dragon here. Ching explains that Zhou cold disease suddenly appears and loses control, where everything in it is suddenly covered with ice. And as he sees it, this is the situation now, and his cold disease is this dragon. At this moment, the healer can be seen struggling to help his sister. He's been trying to get Zhou back in control for a while, but it doesn't seem like he'll last long and he's running out of energy. For now, all Qing could do was stop this ice dragon from going out to another floor, and he ordered Zhou to hurry to run away from it while he was still in control of the situation. After listening to him, Zhou tearfully asked what would happen to Zhou. Qing then failed to answer directly. Our hero was just told that he is not a high-level priest, and this is all he can do with his current strength. This answer also informs our hero that his sister's life will not last long. Zhou understands all of them. He calms down and reveals that he understands the whole situation. Zhou looked up, and for the second time glared at the ice dragon. He looked down at his sister and developed a new determination that would do anything to keep his sister alive. Zhou released his power, and wrapped his body in an aura and glazed his eyes, as he released his system. Due to his recent level up from the examination, he had free skill points, and he put all of them in his slow recovery. Zhou stepped forward with the aim of helping his sister with his own strength. By using all his free skill points, his level 4 slow recovery has increased towards level 10 enhanced slow regeneration, which provides additional regeneration to the target's health and mana. Using the newly found strength of his level 10 enhanced slow regeneration, he used it without hesitation on his sister. Zhou is now enveloped in a golden aura, and behind him emerges a sacred symbol from his power. As soon as Zhou used it, Qing's frozen hand and foot broke, and she felt a relief heat from her body, and regained her strength and mana. Qing's eyes widened as she experienced it directly, that she was amazed at the healing power of Saint Knight. He compared it to his strength, where his ability to heal was even stronger than a level 23 priest like him. On the other hand, Zhou was busy healing his sister with all his might. The ice slowly melted from her sister's body, with the help of his sacred light ability. While Zhou was busy healing his sister, he gave orders to Qing. He will take care of it and orders Qing to quickly go to Secretary Zhao and ask him for help. Say rush to send a high-level priest right now, but Qing replied that there is no high-level priest vacancy at the moment and that the appointment given to his brother from Secretary Zhao is next week. And even if they get to it, his sister will definitely not last long. But Zhou is determined to save his sister and tells her again that all he has to do is tell Secretary Zhao that if he can send a high-level priest now, he will be indebted to him, and he promises that he will do the something he wants no matter what it is and will not refuse. With Qing remaining silent, he could see in Zhou's eyes that he was really serious and that he was ready to give everything for his sister. He understood this fight of Zhou, so he hurried to leave. Run out of the room and leave Zhou alone to help his sister. Inside the room, our hero is busy ensuring his sister's safety. The sudden cold is every night's test that Zhou has been feeling for the past year. Under the grip of the cold aura, he experiences severe pain throughout his body. Our hero recognizes that this cold has been intensifying lately. But he didn't expect it to get worse and affect the outside world. As time passed, the influence of Zhou cold disease grew stronger, gradually enveloping the building in freezing temperatures as darkness descended. Inside the room, our hero can be seen being gradually overcome by the ice dragon. A delicate frost formed on his body, indicating the weakening of his power. Despite her efforts to help her sister with enhanced slow regeneration, she remains vulnerable. The spiritual ice dragon is dedicated only to him, draining his energy with each passing moment. However, unexpectedly, a green ball of energy emerges and attacks the dragon, which delivers relentless attacks that cause the dragon to suffer. And Jo Yun was tortured in the process. When Joey saw this, he begged his colleague to stop and not touch his sister. But her crying was ignored, instead pointing the green ball at the energy towards her. It hit his body and it flew away from the ice dragon and fell a distance away. The culprit in this attack is a sexy priest. Apparently this is the high-level priest he is waiting for to help his sister. The sexy priest raised his hand and beckoned the ice dragon to come to him. This time, he will fight her again. The ice dragon quickly attacked and bit its challenge. The sexy priest also prepared in the process and took out a green aura and put his weapon in position. As the ice dragon approached the sexy priest, he used his weapon as a bat. The ice dragon hit its face hard with an associated energy green, fighting the ice dragon. As the ice dragon weakened from the sexy priest's final attack, it again prepared incantation, apparently forming a green incantation seal. She will not allow the ice dragon to sow more terror and he will end it quickly. Suddenly, the incantation seal he developed enveloped the body of the ice dragon, and this green seal weakens the power of the ice dragon. Soon the sexy priest successfully tamed the disappearing ice dragon. The green incantation spell prevents the dragon spirit from moving and closes its mouth. The sexy priest controls his incantation to return the spirit of the ice dragon back to Jo Yun's body. When the spirit of the ice dragon was in the exact spot, the sexy priest jumped up and hit the dragon with his weapon. In this way, the dragon was forced to return inside Jo Yun's body, lying struggling with the ice dragon's struggle. As soon as the dragon entered Jo Yun's body, his condition became normal again, and Joey was also happy to see that he had finally recovered. The high sexy priest then uses his power to melt the ice again across the floor. The high sexy priest then looks at Joey and says that maybe he is Joey, he has heard a lot about her. After arranging everything, the high priest introduced himself as Choi Lina, from Qingyun City, and he was a level 35 secondary awakened priest. Hearing this, Joey said he was happy to meet her. High priest then said that Director Zhan specifically asked him to treat his sister earlier. However, something else was running through Miss Choi Lina's mind about Joey. That if Director Zhan hadn't told him that this man had a chance to win first place, he wouldn't have broken the rules. But, seeing Joey fighting the cold for a long time, he realized that Director Zhan wasn't lying to him. After that, Joey asked the high sexy priest about his sister's illness and also asked if it could be cured or not. Then the high sexy priest answered her, the cold energy that seeped in and turned into a form was a sign of the awakening of her bloodline. Upon hearing this, our hero was surprised and only 2 words came out of his mouth: bloodline awakening. Then the high priest told him about the awakening in the bloodline. When the Eternal game first appeared, many players chose their characters to be different races such as elves, giants, demons, and more. When the game merged with reality, those players received the traits of those bloodlines. People with elven bloodline have greener eyes and longer ears. People with the giant bloodline can grow to a height of 3 to 4 meters. For the past 200 years, those players have married people. And then they gradually lost their blood in each generation. Those characteristics and powers gradually disappeared, except for a special awakening condition in their bloodline. The high priest also tells our hero that the awakening of the bloodline can bring misfortune as well as fate. A successful awakening means that they can control the power of other races, and their level and learning ability will also be multiplied. But if they fail, they can become paralyzed or die suddenly. After saying all this, the high priest tells our hero some important things about his sister's awakening. If he was not mistaken, perhaps his sister had awakened a rare freezing bloodline. And if Jo-Yun wanted to advance this extraordinary bloodline, he would have to change his constitution. So the high priest told our hero about a treasure item called the freezing lotus that can change a person's constitution. However, the amount he mentioned was a very rare treasure, as the last time the treasure appeared was at an auction 30 years ago, which was bought by an unknown person for 1,300 million. After that, while leaving here, the high priest said some last things about Jo-Yun to our hero. That can no longer prevent the release of his bloodline, and this cold will be completely blown away within 3 months. And also said about the last auction, he had an auction to use a great sealing skill and completely shut down his sister's bloodline. The high priest asked him to call her, once he had decided what his decision would be. But this move had a huge cost. Jo-Yun would not be able to level up in the future once his bloodline was sealed. Hearing all this, our hero suddenly became sad and sat in the room looking sadly at his sister. At this time his attention was on the phone, but his mind wandered to his sister's future. 5 days later we see Joey doing his training and finishing some of his tasks for his daily mission, like squatting, push-ups, sit-ups and weapon swinging. Upon completing his daily mission, the system prompts him to choose for his desired reward. Our hero chooses stat points for his reward. Usually at the end of his daily mission, he always gets stat points. Constitution and intelligence are important for a Saint Knight, but he can't ignore other stats either. So he uses the 2-3-3-2 method to distribute his points among the 4 stats. Only through balanced development can he reduce his weaknesses. However, then another notification came into the system. This notification is from the examination result. Our hero got first place in the Sukang district exam and the reward will be given according to his result. As soon as this notification arrives, our hero starts getting rewards one after another. Our hero gets many rewards such as S-grade Divine Item Resurrection Cross, Divine Skill God Hand, One-Time Mystery Skills, Rare Skill Punishment of Light Grade A. Our hero also receives 30 free stat points and 30 skill points.